This morning, our topic is, as you see in this monitor, uh, this is rest. Okay, everyone repeat after me. Rest.
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 Usually, rest goes with phrasal verb starting with take. Okay, so you could say take a rest. Okay, repeat after me. Take a rest.
Rest.
Take a rest.
Rest.
Okay. Let me start by asking a question, as always. Please raise your hands if you feel like you need more rest and you know how to do it in your life. How to do it in your life. Okay? Um, does anybody know how to take a good rest in your life? Put your hands up. You think so? Oh, yeah. I thought so because fatigue or tiredness is one of the top reasons that people visit their doctors. It's chronic fatigue, you know, like feeling lethargy in everyday life. Especially like people who are engaged in hard labor, maneuver like work, they tend to have more fatigue. So, like Alex has been doing this labor using his body, right? This is physical labor. On the other hand, there is also labor called mental labor. Okay? Mental labor. Teachers, like, they do a lot of mental labor. They work on their papers, right? They work on scoring students test papers and other things. And there are a lot of people who are engaged in hard labor in our society. This morning, we are going to take a look at the seventh principle of the NewStart program, which is a good rest in life. How? How? Now, what is this man doing? Yes, he's working, he's gardening on his farm, right? It is impossible to keep on working without ceasing, without a rest, right? Is it possible?
No.
Maybe for Alex it is possible. But for me, I'm not invincible, okay? So I need a break after working 2 hours or 3 hours. I need to take a break, okay? Yeah, even machines sometimes they get some frictions, right? So they need some rest. And one time, I got really my brake in my vehicle too tired by using it on a very hill down on a mountain. From the top of the mountain, I was driving down to the foot of the mountain, and I kept on, using the brake pedal, and the brake, pad got busted, so things like that. Even machines need some sort of like rest. If she or he is physically overworked, what do they get or become? They get sick. Okay, so she or needs some physical rest. According to the Ministry of Healing, page 236. Are you ready? Go. Some make themselves sick by overwork. For this, rest, freedom from care, and a spare diet are essential to restoration of health. Yes, the book, the Ministry of Healing says clearly states that people, they get sick by overwork. Whether it is mental or physical, it doesn't matter. We need a break. When your mind becomes weary from too much thinking, okay, it needs rest just as the body does. Physical exhaustion is easier to spot and treat, but mental fatigue often hides beneath the surface. Why? Yeah, it is not tangible, right? It is not tangible. However, it is there. Your mental disruption, your mental fatigue. One of the simplest yet most powerful ways to restore mental balance is through actually physical activity. Let's look at this paragraph. Ready? Go. Those who have broken down from mental labor should have rest from wearing thought. Other great workers often suffer from illness as the result of severe mental taxation, which can easily be, be, be unrelieved by physical exercise. Okay. Sorry about this mistake, okay? So, for those who feel mentally drained and tense from endless toil, the confines of daily life, know that restoration is within reach. While physical fatigue shows itself clearly, mental exhaustion often hides behind silent burdens. If your soul is seeking peace, you are welcome here. Our Dream Healing Center stands ready to embrace you with care, tranquility, and a path back to wholeness. The Ministry of Healing, page 237 says, to those who are brain weary and nervous because of continual labor and close confinement, a visit to the country where they can live a simple, carefree life, coming in close contact with the things of nature will be most helpful. Roaming through the fields and the woods, picking the flowers, listening to the songs of the birds will do far more than any other agency toward their recovery. It is wonderful when we can sleep well like the lady in this picture, isn't it? But sleep is not the same as rest. Sleep is not the same as rest. A medical doctor has suggested that there are actually 7 types of rest that we need in order to have vibrant health. Let's look at them together. Types of rest. Number 1, it is physical rest. The fact is simple. Our bodies need a break from being awake. Our muscles need rest. Our brains need rest. Our stomach needs rest. Our eyes need rest. Every part of our physical body needs rest. From the time we are infants, we need sleep. We need rest. It is during sleep that our bodies repair themselves. Have you noticed that? This picture shows us a strand of DNA. Do you know DNA? Genes. During the day, our DNA gets damaged and needs repair. Sleep provides the opportune time for our bodies to get the needed repair. Types of rest. This chart shows us approximately how much sleep we need. Let's look at the first one. Newborn babies. How many hours? 14 to 17 hours. They don't know sometimes that mom and dad, they want to see them awake, right? They always sleep, very drowsy. I still remember my first child named Ellen. She always enjoyed sleeping, many hours. So her job was very simple: eating, sleeping, eating, sleeping, eating, sleeping. Okay? Yeah. What about the second teenager? Yeah, like a young children. How many hours? 9 to 13 hours. So, is it easy for them to wake up at 4 o'clock early in the morning? No. They usually sleep in, right? I don't want to bother them, okay? I used to sleep these hours, 13 to 14 hours, even when I was a young adult. You know what I'm saying? I was so spoiled. What about teens? 8 to 10 hours. So they go to bed 9 o'clock. Probably they cannot easily wake up at 5, right? But 6 or 7, they may be able to wake up easily. What about us, adults? 7 to 9 hours. What's in the middle? Between 7 and 9, there is 8, right? So our program, the NewStart program, is how many principles are there? 8 principles, the same, right? Number 2, it is mental rest. There are so many things to fill our minds that it is essential for us to just stop and rest. Okay? Some people don't know how to stop thinking. They constantly try to figure out something that seems going wrong, that seems so wrong. You know what I'm saying? Just let it go. Simplify your strain of your thinking. Don't think too much where he or she comes from. Don't just put your finger or mouse. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Don't just put your foot in someone else's. Just mind your own. Replace negative, anxious thoughts with hope-filled promises from the Bible. The book of Psalms, with so many beautiful poets, I'm sorry, not the points, okay? So, especially chapter 23, as this picture shows, it is an excellent way to rest our minds and understand more of God's amazing love. What does it say, the first verse of chapter 23 of the Psalms? The Lord is my shepherd. So we don't have to worry. You know what I'm saying? Number 3, it is emotional rest. Emotional rest. Okay? Where is B1 and his wife? They are taking some emotional rest? Yes. No? Okay. Whatever that is. Negative emotions like sadness, anger, bitterness, loneliness, jealousy, fear, anxiety, self-criticism, rejection, etc. are linked to different diseases, and we need to find rest for our emotions. William Sheen emphasizes not losing peace in one's heart. Don't I? Don't I? I always say keep peace in your heart. If you think you are at the point of losing it, there you need to get it back. How? Go and talk to the person in frankness, candidness, honesty. There must be a certain misunderstanding. from your own and His judgments. You understand what I'm saying? So, please find rest for your emotions whenever it is available. When you find that there's nobody that bothers you. Maybe reading the book of Psalm is a great way to find rest for our wearied emotions. Number 4, it is social rest. There are some relationships that are very draining. You know, sometimes the employer and the employees, right? Sometimes the teacher and the students, right? Yes, no. Sometimes the captains in the military and the soldiers, right? So we need a break from people who drain us. There is nothing better than going out into nature where we can get away from the emotions and people that drain us. Sister Amitis, who drains you the most in your life? Who? Your son. I used to be like, I used to feel like, I used to be feeling like that, okay? Sometimes the most closest person can drain us, can make us very weary, okay? So we need to really ask God for His special strength that will enable you to restore your broken relationship with those, okay? Last, it is sensory rest. We live in a very technically driven society, right? Many families face the challenges shown in this picture. Everyone on their device, right? They are using their cellular phones, smartphones. The worldwide average screen time is, do you know how many hours? Huh? Can you take a guess? The worldwide average screen time actually consumed by people, how many hours a day?
12 hours a day.
No, less than that. That's too much. Huh? No, lower. A little lower. Yeah, 6 hours and 42 minutes. Almost 7 hours. 6 hours and 42 minutes, with many countries averaging actually over 10 hours per day. 10 hours per day. This can be very exhausting. Let's rest from our devices and spend more time with people, not with devices. That's why one of the reasons why I decided to take phones away from you. I want you to spend time with God and as well as people. What does your phone do to you? What good does your phone do to you? You know what I'm saying? You always face like a sad news. You know what I'm saying? Not or bad news all the time. You know. That is why sometimes I forget to take my phone to my trips to other places. That's good. You know what I'm saying? I love to do that. You know, I sometimes need some quiet quality time all by myself without any disturbance or interferences. Number 6, it is what? Creative rest. God designed us to be creative. We need to break up the monotony of life by exercising our creativity. Okay? Maybe if you join next time, I will try to make our program a little more diverse. Like, probably we can take a trip to other like falls or hot spring resort or something like that, and we can have some very relaxing time from visiting those places, you know, by as in an effort to remove monotony of life, something like that. We can also remove monotony by playing a musical instrument if you can. Okay? So most of like Filipinos, they are very good at playing the guitar, right? So that's very nice. That's very great, you know. My wife, she also does play a few number of like instruments, musical instruments, but I have no talent. No problem. Even some people, they draw painting. Like Alex can draw, right? He paints. That's good, you know. Or gardening. Gardening is also good. These activities bring a special rest that our bodies need. Some people, they hate gardening. You understand what I'm saying? But gardening can be very, very relaxing. I love pruning. Probably that's why I decided to cut all the trees right here in our healing center. But gardening can be very energizing and very relaxing, you know, and things like that. But let me tell you one thing here, once again, not to lose balance in between labor and rest is more important than just simple rest. We need to really find a way through which we can always maintain balance between rest and work and things like that. Okay? I think I'm making microphones very tired. Too much labor for them. Our last one is number 7. It is what? Yes, it is spiritual rest. This is the last one. This is actually the most important type of rest. The stress and burden of sin and the guilt it brings can only be removed by Jesus Christ. We must learn to rest in Him. Daily prayer and Bible study are essential for our souls. And God has given us what? The Sabbath, the Sabbath, an entire day to rest in Him and join others in corporate worship. I don't take my phone with me when I go and worship and have fellowship with my dear brothers and sisters on the Sabbath. Ellen G. White views on, let's read together. This is our last quotation from Ellen G. White. Oh no, second to last. Okay, Christ is ready, go. Christ is full of tenderness and compassion for all in His service. He would show His disciples that God does not require sacrifice but mercy. It was their duty to rest. It was whose duty? Their duty to rest. The Desire of Ages, page 359 says, "Come ye yourselves apart into a desert place and rest a while." You can come to or go to a very quiet place on your own without any others, and you can rest there for a while, and it is necessary according to the Desire of Age. Ellen G. White also warned that constant activity even in service, like a church service, right, can lead to spiritual dryness. If not balanced with time for prayer, reflection, and communion with God, we need this break even from church services. It is my hope and prayer that you will experience all of 7 types of rest. Beloved, let's read. This is from John 3, verse 2. Ready, go.
Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers.
You may prosper in all things, not in one thing, not in several things, but in all things. And then the last phrase is the emphasized one. Be in health. Be in health. This is God's will. So if you're not healthy, or if you're not in good health, that means what? We are not working with God. It's not God's will. We must not lose our health by overtaxing our lives, by overworking in our lives. It's not God's desire and hope. Brothers and sisters, what taxes you the most? Do not be in trouble. Do not be troubled. Come, all who are weary, I will give you my rest. My yoke is light. Okay? So let us remember that God is our ultimate provider for our spiritual, mental, physical rejuvenation, restoration, and your recovery. May God bless all of you as you spend the rest of the day, and we will continue doing our best to know how to actually find good rest in our lives. Thank you. Have a good day.